Dear homemaker, are you feeling overwhelmed? Are you struggling under the never-ending to-dos of homemaking, motherhood, and all the invisible load of keeping a family running? Maybe you're carrying more than most people realize. Additional responsibilities, emotional weight, or possibly even trauma you're still healing from. If you feel like you're drowning, you are not alone. But you also don't have to stay stuck in the chaos. So I'll tell you a little story about when doing it all broke my peace. But before I do, I want to tell you I created something beautiful for all of you, and I'll tell you all about it at the end of this video, so please watch to the end. If you're new here, welcome. I am a Christian homemaker who has been homemaking for over 30 years. Mom got me started young. I've been married for more than 2 decades, have 6 children, ranging from adult down to young child, and I've homeschooled from the start. We run a small farm, and I also have a part-time job working from home. But I haven't always lived with the peace or productivity that I have today. In fact, a little over a decade ago, after my 4th baby was born, I hit one of the hardest seasons of my life. I'll share a little backstory because I'm sure many of you are going to be able to relate to some of this. So by the time I was 30, the world I thought I could trust collapsed. Our family had been excommunicated from our church, and we were left unsure of who even counted as a friend anymore. I didn't know it at the time, but I had CPTSD. We had been suffering from so much spiritual abuse and emotional manipulation, and we're coming out of deep legalism. During this time, we lived in a tiny, very, very old, moldy house with barely enough space to turn around. I was homeschooling. One of my children had ADHD, among other neurodivergent learning issues. I had a toddler, a newborn, and another child I was homeschooling, and I was trying to stretch groceries like a magician. I think we can all relate to that these days. So meals still had to be made, lessons still had to be taught, laundry still had to be dealt with, and life just felt like it would not relent. On top of everything, I was trying to study to learn a new trade because we were very poor. Meanwhile, my husband worked sunrise to sundown as a farmhand for most of the year, and I was lonely because I felt like this wasn't the marriage that I had envisioned. I barely saw my husband. Now, maybe your story looks different, but even if the details of your life are different, the feeling is probably the same. Buried, exhausted, stretched thin, trying to keep the home going while barely keeping yourself intact. And maybe you too have walked through trauma or CPTSD and are trying to navigate daily life while healing. Let me pause and tell you this. I see you. This is hard, and it's not all in your head. But I know that if I can do it, you can do it if you just have the tools that I've found. Before I continue, I want to take a little break and tell you I got my husband an early Christmas present. And I wanted to tell you about it because it kind of turned into a family present. And it's perfect for the people that are really hard to shop for. And I've got a funny story for you to go with it. So I got him a present I knew he would actually use, but to explain why I wanted to get this for him, I need to go back about 30 years. Back when I was young, long before we were married, I was learning massage therapy, and I would practice on my parents, my aunt, anyone who would let me. In my 20s, I even had a friend who was a real therapist who taught me the proper techniques. And I always thought, someday when I get married, my husband is going to love this. Well, fast forward to our newlywed days. My husband had been a logger for years. This was before he was working as a farmhand, or kind of like intertwined while he was. So anyways, I thought he would enjoy a good deep tissue massage. Nope. The moment I started, he shrieked. Apparently, my therapeutic touch was a bit too aggressive. So much for the dream. So this Christmas, I told him I had a gift for him. Secretly, it was for both of us, but shh, don't tell.
Oh wow, thank you. This ain't glow-in-the-dark underwear.
So I have to explain that. He kept trying to guess what it was, so I had to throw him off somehow. So I told him it was glow-in-the-dark underwear. The real gift was this Bob and Brad G100 Pro Vibration Therapy Massager. You've probably seen Bob and Brad, 2 famous physical therapists online with over 5 million YouTube followers. With decades of clinical experience, they create tools that actually help people recover and move better. And here's why this massager is amazing. For loggers, farmers, carpenters, and even homemakers. Got high frequency vibration up to 700 RPM, so it's way faster than regular percussion guns. It has various speeds as well. It works big muscles and smaller ones. It's good for sensitive areas as well as areas that need a lot more work. It's got 4 fixed heads, full body relief. You don't have to switch attachments or anything with it. It's lightweight, very lightweight, quiet, long battery life. So it's easy to use, not much noise, no constant charging. The controls are super simple and it's portable. So it's 1-button speed control. You just hit it various times for different speeds. And it's great for travel too. This isn't just a husband gift. The whole family is enjoying it, including me. It seems like I can never use it for very long before somebody comes and takes it from me, and then someone comes and takes it from them. I carry a lot of tension in my neck and shoulders though, and this thing has made such a difference. Less tightness, less soreness. I just feel better. I have been trying to work out more regularly and find it really helps with the muscle relaxation after workouts. So if you want to bless your spouse or yourself this season, check out the Bob and Brad 200 Pro Vibration Therapy Massager. Your muscles will thank you, and your spouse will too. Now, Bob and Brad is providing my viewers a 10% discount code. I will drop that in the description box below for you. Briefly, I want to do a quick word on healing and why peace always feels so elusive. So there's a trend where certain people online, some without even credentials, promise that they can cure CPTSD and trauma issues. Well, friends, that's just not how this works. Are there therapies that help? Yes, very much so. Can you heal and recover? Yes, you can. Will it disappear forever? It depends. But I want you to know that it doesn't mean that you are broken or that you don't have enough faith in God, and it doesn't mean that you don't love Jesus enough. If it is something that doesn't just disappear forever, okay? In fact, did you know that major life transitions, like losing a loved one, having another baby, or that hormone shifts of going through perimenopause, all of these can reactivate old traumas. This is why you see so many women in their 40s that start to go through perimenopause, go a little crazy, and start falling apart. It's not weakness, it's physiology. Realizing this helped me understand something deeper. Sometimes peace isn't lost, it's simply interrupted. And sometimes we must revisit lessons we once learned to find peace again. Kind of like that Bible verse that says, be renewed every day. For years, I heard the advice, just let things go. You've got little ones. I tried it and it didn't work, not even a little. Because letting things go did not bring rest, it just brought more chaos. And here's something many people miss. That advice isn't even biblical. We are called in Titus 2:5 to be keepers at home, and in Proverbs 31:27 to look well to the ways of our household. That means homemaking is holy work, not busy work. But there is only one of you. So if peace is slipping through your fingers, it's not because you're failing. It's because you're trying to carry more than God ever asked you to carry. You cannot create a peaceful home while living in a constant state of overwhelm. The turning point for me was 1 Corinthians 14:33. And Psalms 90:12. So Corinthians says, for God is not a God of disorder, but of peace. I remember when I first read that, I put it into a Bible verse. Maybe you guys have seen it in some of my videos from a couple years back. I used to have it framed. The other one is Psalms, so teach us to number our days, that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom. Where there's disorder, physical, emotional, or spiritual, peace struggles to exist. When my home was disorganized, so was my mind. When my schedule was chaotic, so was my heart. When everything felt out of order, nothing felt peaceful. But when I began creating small pockets of structure, a morning rhythm, a simple meal plan, creating routines that actually worked, and didn't give up if I came across one that didn't work and kept searching for one that did, the entire atmosphere shifted. I didn't feel as trapped anymore. I felt so much more free. And that's when I learned that structure is not restriction. Structure is freedom. It's not about perfection, it's about peace. But peace begins with a plan. So here's a simple action step for you today. Find a notebook, nothing fancy, just something you can write in daily. Start writing down all of the things that you've got going. Pretty soon you'll start to see why you feel so overwhelmed. But if you want to take it a step further, I have created something for you. If you're ready to restore peace in your home for good And if this message resonated with you, I want to personally invite you to my masterclass. Time Redeemed is my new free masterclass. This is a Bible-inspired 5-step framework that I developed over 10 years ago, and it worked so quickly and powerfully that I began sharing it. Since then, it has helped hundreds, possibly thousands of homemakers crush overwhelm and become more peacefully productive. Listen, homemakers and mamas, I know how it feels to look around, wonder why everything seems so much harder for you than it is for everyone else. You see other women running peaceful, joyful homes while you're doing all the things and still ending every day exhausted, behind, burdened with guilt, feeling like you got nothing done. I know what it feels like. It's confusing, discouraging, and honestly, extremely defeating. And no one sees the pressure you carry or how much of yourself you're pouring out just to keep up. That's exactly why I'm sharing Time Redeemed for free, to help you uncover the hidden culprits of overwhelm that quietly oppress you, steal your peace, drain your time, sabotage your joy, and even cost your family money, all without you even realizing what's happening. This system is so powerful and so simple, and it really works. This 5-step process is the process that I use to go from chaos, burnout, and survival mode to a home filled with peace, rhythm, and joy, even with 6 kids, a farm, part-time job, a home to run, and a very full plate. In the class, you will learn the real reason homemakers and mamas stay stuck in overwhelm. I'll share 4 lies that women who are overwhelmed believe. I'll share some tips for how to start to build a rhythm of peace without burnout. This is a biblical framework that can transform your homemaking into a calling and help you create systems that are sustainable and not stressful. After the class, you won't just leave motivated, you'll leave with a plan. Check the description box below to save your seat now. So a final encouragement: peace doesn't magically appear. It is built one intentional step at a time. You don't need to do everything. You don't even need to do most things. You simply need to do the right things. The things that lead to order, peace, and life-giving purpose. Because a peaceful home isn't perfect. A peaceful home is intentional.
I got to thinking, I'm gonna write a book with all the lessons I've learned over these years. Then I thought, no, overwhelmed mamas don't need a book to read. That's definitely not something they need. It is one more thing to do. And that's when it hit me, a course. And so I did. I made a homemaking course, Restored and Radiant, Mastering the Arts of Homemaking, Faith, and Family Management. Let me tell you about it. This is a course that you can literally listen to as you go about your day, as you work, as you're folding laundry, doing dishes, the mundane tasks. This course is packed, almost 60 lessons. In this course, I am answering the top questions that I get asked here on a weekly basis, including questions like, Shayla, how do you do it all? And how do you manage difficult family relationships while you are trying to parent and homemake? And how do you combine homemaking when you've got other things going on? How do you work in a day of rest when there's just so much to do all the time? Listen, I get it. I know how hard it is to balance homemaking when it feels like you're drowning in noise, chaos, messes, and endless parenting, and yet feeling guilty all at the same time because you want to be a better parent and a more intentional and in-touch parent. I've been there, and I have worked through to the other side and found solutions to all of these questions. And I have complex post-traumatic stress disorder, so if I can do it with ADHD on top of it, I know you can. This course is packed, mamas. I have put my heart into this course, and I truly felt the Lord working with me in it, because as I was doing the course and going back over lessons that I've learned, I myself was empowered. Is that faint to say? It's kind of like, this course is truly going to give you your Christian mamahood, Christian homemaker battle cry, and it's going to help you create a peaceful, productive, loving, faith-filled home with purpose. I will link to it in the description box below so you can go check it out.